I was at the landing watch party. I was the first person. I was like, ah! And literally nobody else said anything. I was like, what?
Okay, I can try this one, and then I can call in some friends.
Hi, my name is Ryan Cole.
Hi, my name is Annie Bo Cohen.
I'm Lauren Arkell.
Joe Quirk, and we're recapping Blue Ghost Mission 1.
Okay, you ready?
Why is this more pressure than
I think the moment that we completed the maneuver was really special for everybody. I don't think anybody quite believed what they were looking at for the first few seconds. It took a minute for that to sink in, to say, oh wow, we have data. It says we fired the engines. We actually fired the engines, and everything looks great. Everything looks healthy right now. So I think we had a minute to be super happy that this happened, and then really focused back in fast on, okay, we did something dynamic for the first time. Is the system healthy? We need to get back into kind of our nominal safe state pretty quickly.
This is the calibration burn, right?
This was A1M. Yeah, I think that the happiest I was when we landed on the moon was when we landed on the moon. But I think the most emotional I was after
getting the
A1M.
engine, the main engine fired for the first time.
And all the RCS engines, all
And
9
all
of them
these-
together.
Yes. 9?
9. Well, 8 RCS and 1 main.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so for the technical part of the burn, this also was completely spot on, way past anything that we thought we were going to do on the first go. I think if I'm remembering right off the top of my head, the delta V was accurate to like 2 millimeters per second.
Yeah, I remember the millimeters. Yeah.
Yeah. Just unbelievable.
Pretty good.
Working with her closely, I've gotten to know her personally and learned a lot about her. She's given me a lot of advice, being a woman in STEM. She's a great role model. Oh, I'm gonna get upset.
You're wearing the same shirt.
Yeah. That was also after like a 12-hour shift. This is how we really been through it.
We had 2 weeks off after the mission, and so Lauren and I were like, so I'm gonna have like withdrawals from you. So can we hang out? And I was like, but my child's coming with us. So like she came over just to hang out with Amelia with us.
Yeah.
And then Lauren went to go buy a car afterwards. So I went to go help negotiate. I was like, how can I not? It's like we were going through the entire mission. It's like, as flight controller, flight director team, you have to really be on the same page all the time. So like stuff happened personally and such, and we had to like check each other and also be like, hey, this happened. I'm okay though. We're gonna keep moving on. Easy time.
Yeah. Lauren's like, I need a car with air conditioning, and we don't have that. And he's like, no, she said she needs a car with air conditioning.
And you, I'm sorry, who are you again?
I'm Jason, the CEO
This
of
is
Firefly.
iconic.
I know. It's the first time I met him.
Would you just take your case? And as the lunar
duck
day
really got
begins,
it.
we'll begin our descent by firing all of our engines to begin our landing on the moon.
I had to practice that a few times.
She's so straight-faced.
We've done the math. It checks out.
I
Joe?
believe in your math, Joe.
Yes, sir?
Get out.
All right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was fun. The first time I met Trina and Jason, both in real life, and so it's like, hey, Jason, I'm just gonna talk crazy to you for the next 30 minutes. And he's like, do you actually work here?
I am the structures build.
Yeah.
I did this.
And there are a lot of comments, just for the record, you were not fired after that.
Oh yeah.
Joe's still here, everyone. He's right here.
Oh, lunar orbit insertion. Why is it such a big deal, and what happens if you miss? Okay, I can try this one, and then I can call in some friends. Okay, so LOI was a critical burn. We had already, so TLI, we had started our slingshot in our orbit to the moon. So LOI is what allows us to capture into lunar orbit. So it's super critical. If we miss it, I think we slingshot into outer space and get lost forever.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we actually had only about a 15-minute window where we could execute the LOI burn before it would become too expensive in additional propellants to correct for where we are in that highly elliptical trajectory and get back into lunar orbit where we need to be. So we did a huge amount of practice, especially with the propulsion desk, the TCS desk, guidance, navigation, and control and flight dynamics.
The top corner of the room.
The top corner of
We're
the
so
room.
jealous of you guys.
To really rehearse going into the burn and go through as many of the credible off-nominal situations as we could so that, okay, if this thing happens, this is how we recycle the burn quickly. And actually in several overnights before the burn, we literally drilled anomalies and nominal procedures to make sure that we were very, very prepared for anything that might happen during this, to make sure that happens on time.
I'm pretty sure we even had like only 10 minutes to recycle if anything were to have happened.
Yeah.
So it was like a huge burn that we had to make sure that we executed properly and like get into lunar orbit insertion.
That's what happened on the actual burn.
It executed on time with no anomalies.
Hey,
Yeah,
you made it.
no abort. Yeah,
It was magical.
super calm.
That's good.
Okay, here we go.
The suspense.
Our nominal vehicle is charging.
I don't think I actually watched
INE
this.
reports lunar gravity and it is stable.
That's me screaming in the background.
Propulsion engineer on ops. Y'all select the landing. We're on the move.
I love Will's line. So good.
Oh my God.
I haven't watched it.
Actually.
I was watching that, like, I was at the landing, like, watch party. I remember listening to that whole thing, and as soon as, like, there was one moment, I think, where it was, like, Adam said something, and I was the first person. I was like, ah! And like literally nobody else like said anything. I was like, what? But then it was like, a second later, it was like, okay, like lunar gravity, is stable, and then like everyone started freaking out. And I was like a second ahead of everyone.
Joe was like, I'm connected to the lander. I know the contact
I knew what was
sensors.
happening, but like you saw the 3 blue footpads and the 1 green. That was like I was watching that and I was like, oh no! I saw that, but it was okay. It was fine. It doesn't need to trigger all 4.
Yeah. Where were you? You were in the.
I was on prop console for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, after we touched down and after the engines shut down, we were just staring at the data going, okay, they're off. They're still off. They're still off.
Still there.
Can I be happy now? I don't know.
Yeah.
We were in the back room.
We were upstairs. It was a hoot in there.
Yeah,
Like,
it was a hoot. Yeah, and then getting the first picture down. That was crazy. We waited there for that.
Cheers.
Lots
I think
of
it hit me when we were in the mock, and then Farah turned and it grabbed me, and I was like, "Oh God, here we go." The waterworks just came down.
going.
I don't know this one. I was gonna read it. Landing was a huge milestone, but what was it like coordinating 10 different payloads to achieve their individual missions on the surface? Oh my God. It was actually a lot of fun. One of the most coolest things that I'd have to say was the NASA scientists were all there, and they were so passionate about what they were doing, and they were so happy to be on the lunar surface to do their payloads. So it was so like exciting to see their excitement. And they were like, we would take like the couple of like breaks to like take a good stuff away. They're like, we just did all this stuff. It was so cool to see. And we're like, oh my gosh. Like they were getting excited. I was getting excited. So it was really cool to be like, we brought you to the lunar surface. Now you're doing your magical things.
What's your favorite piece of science data we captured during the mission? Let's see. I think my favorite piece of data, I think seeing the EDS payload like work for the first time. Like so there's a little dusty plate that was on the lunar surface, and then they turned it on. All the dust just like shoots off. I think that seems like the most practical kind of application of one of the payloads. Like especially going forward in other missions. Like put a little EDS on our solar panels and get all the dust off. That seems super cool.
Yeah. EDS was one of my favorites too. Lister, I keep saying because we did that one the most, and I was like, the drilling was really cool to like say like, oh, we're drilling into the lunar surface. Like, wow.
Lister is my favorite payload because it was made by Texas Tech. That's my.
I worked on one of the rack coatings before this job, so I was really excited for the rack pictures to come through.
Yes.
Which was similar, it was passive coating. So.
No, I definitely really like all of the video that Scalps was able to get. I've never seen video like that, like what they got during some of the lunar orbit burns, and you were able to see some of the RCS plume, and especially the plume surface interaction pictures. It's very, very impressive, and some very, very cool work coming out of it. For the group, was there ever a moment during the mission where you wanted to give up?
Honesty.
What kept you going?
Oh man,
this is a test. I feel like there wasn't a time I wanted to give up. But maybe I wanted a little break.
Just a little nap.
Because we were at 6 days on we went between day shift 6 days, like 2 to 3 days off, switch night shift, 6 nights with that, and then like 3 days back on, off, and there was just like a lot of back and forth, so it was pretty like
Yeah, we were on like
exhausting.
autopilot for the whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like.
But the ultimate things that kept me going was like trying to help make the engineering world a better place for like my daughter too. Like thinking how like if we kept going here, like then we could show like women can be flight directors, women could do these things, and then it'll be better for Amelia one day. So it's like for me, it was kind of just like a bigger picture of like if I could just make my ceiling taller, her floor would be higher. So we just got to keep going. So I'll go through this so that she doesn't have to. So just hoping that's what drives me now.
Heck yeah.
So
Yeah, I think you disabled the.
I'm glad you guys are driving.
The operators. Yeah, that was kind of crazy that just worked out that way.
I cannot
That
believe the
video.
video is so
I love
good.
that little rock that we threw.
that video.
That's my favorite rock.
The settling, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Lunar gravity is stable.
This one was insane to see.
Yeah.
Like how do we landed and we're upright. Look at that shadow.
I'm so glad that we got like a picture of the lander like on the moon, because I remember like, L-6 months or whatever, marketing team's like, hey, what would you do like put a selfie cam on the lander?
my God.
Like, we have no mass for this.
No,
like,
I think
God.
it would have been hard to get a picture more special than.
yeah,
than this
that
one.
was freaking crazy. Just like seeing it emerge too, like out of the darkness. It's so cool.
It's like, yeah, it's so cool. Like once we see the data all the time and then we see like the picture come down and then it's like, we also like didn't know what type of pictures we're gonna get because all of the simulations and like testing data we do is just like pictures of the back hallway or the lab or the most randomest things and then it's like, oh, this is Earth that we put up there and we're flying right now. Like, ah!
Yeah,
So
that's great.
it was, the pictures became like the, okay, we need a moment.
I
We would
do
take
love the simulation
clapping
photos, though.
breaks. Yeah.
Yeah.
We would clap for every picture. I feel like we put on the board and everyone would be like,
Yeah, we do
Yeah.
group clap.
Got a little-
really soaking it.
We got a little needy though. We're like, more pictures, please. Like,
All you.
I just read this one.
Oh, did you?
No,
No, you
no,
didn't.
I just want you to answer it.
Oh, sorry. When you look up at the night sky, do you see the moon differently? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. All the time. I say hi to her. I know she's up there.
I don't know. If
Have
it was a
to-
rough day at work, sometimes I try not to look at it. Sometimes I don't say hi.
it's like, oh no, we have to do it again.
I have to put my glasses on to see.
Yeah.
it. There it is. Yeah.
But also, the thing we just put on the moon is going to like outlive everyone, looking at the moon that's ever existed, forever. So that's the crazy thing to me.
Right before we actually like shut down and everything, we did our last flight jazz.
Oh,
One of our last sequences was monument mode, and it was this
Oh,
beautiful
yeah.
little quote that the CEs put together, and it just like the lunar lander saying night night to us, and like Laura and I were the ones like saying night night to the lander. Just like we were sending last minute commands, trying to get the last minute like pictures in through the Vision Nav teams, and we were just like cycling through commands, and then Farrah was back on console and she was saying for payloads like, good night LD, good night
that's so
Lister,
sad, yeah.
good night EDS, good night,
Take a moment
everything,
for
yeah, pour beer, everything. She's like, good night, they're done, we're done, and we're just like counting down like 10, 9, 8, 7, oh, oh, oh,
Yeah.
I know.
keep going. Yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah. We're the Blue Ghost team. Thanks for watching. See us next time on Blue Ghost Mission 2.
Maybe, like,